Let's also check in as to what Muthoot Finance is up to in trade this morning, as that stock remains in focus. You have seen a commendable move. Let's find out, as the stock trades near its life highs, as to what exactly has been the profit CAGR, how its financials have shaped up, and what the road ahead is. We'll be connecting with the management in just a bit from now, but first let's get into a deep dive analysis with Soumya, who joins in with all the details. Morning, Soumya.
At a time when the markets are seeing extreme volatility, there's one stock that's been holding out, and it is Muthoot Finance. The stock's currently trading at near lifetime high valuations. In terms of returns, the stock has delivered almost 600% of returns since its listing in 2011. And in the last 1 year, the stock delivered almost 85% of returns to its shareholders. Now, talking about what's causing and aiding this rally. Well, first of all, the company reported really stellar set of numbers as far as their Q4 performance is concerned, owing to the fact that the loan growth, gold loan growth has been witnessing strong demand from the consumers. The company witnessed almost best loan growth in the last 4.5 years, with loan growth at around 22% on a YOY basis and 8% on a sequential basis. Also, in a tough and macro environment like this, lenders are particularly risk averse in terms of lending to protect their balance sheet. So gold loans become the solutions for a lot of borrowers. Now, having said that, the company did also say that they've been able to maintain a strong level of disbursements and collections despite the tough macro environment. In terms of management commentary, they said that they're looking to grow almost 15% as far as the gold loan business is concerned by FY21, and they expect to see an uptick in disbursements as the economic activity picks up. The company also added that they're seeing increased demand from incremental loans in the next 3 to 4 years, especially from the MSME segment, which requires quick money to restart business. Not just this, there's another thing that the company said, that they're confident of recovering the business lost in April and May by June, and this all really augurs well for Muthoot Finance. In terms of valuations, the stock in the last 5 years has seen its valuation zoomed from 2 times price to book value to nearly current valuations of around 4 times price to book value, and this reflects the kind of investor interest that the stock is seeing. And in fact, as far as the analysts covering this stock, almost 93% of the analysts tracking this stock have a buy rating, reflecting and indicating the strong investor interest and the kind of the kind of confidence they have as far as their fundamentals are concerned. So let's see how this stock performs going forward. But having said that, the management definitely believes and is confident of the kind of growth trajectory that lies in front of them.
All right, thanks very much, Soumya, for detailing all of that for us. And the stock is currently quoting smartly at that level of about 1139, fairly close to the 52-week high of 1283. Well, before we take it to the management, let's also hear it from Sunil Singhania, who is very bullish on the gold lending business. He said that though it is a tough business, it gives existing players a strong moat, and Muthoot Finance, according to him, is one such player which has a lot of these positives backing it.
So one is, we are not in the business of investing in sexy businesses. We are in the business of investing in businesses which make you money. And I think this is one segment which is the most secure. In fact, the gold finance business is more secure than even the mortgage finance business, because, in case of default, it takes you like 5 minutes to liquidate the assets. Even a house would take you a year and multiple lawsuits before you are able to liquidate. So I think it is very, very secure. There has been zero net default for this company. There is obviously provisioning which keeps on happening based on RBI norms of delay in payment, but there has been never defaults. The third thing is, it's a business which is very difficult. The average ticket size is 50,000 rupees. Now, for a book of 40,000 crores, technically, you imagine you have 1 crore borrowers. 1 crore borrowers, 4,500 branches.
All right. Well, to explore this further, we've got Mr. Muthoot joining us, MD Muthoot Finance, on the kind of move that we're seeing on gold and the outlook on their core business as well in light of that. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, George. Now, just to understand, to start off with as well, the company has witnessed its best loan growth in the last 4 to 5 years and holds the highest gold reserves as well as of March that we're seeing. Are these growth levels sustainable? Because we've really seen a meteoric rise when it comes to, Muthoot.
Yeah, thank you. We have been growing well, smartly. Last year, we were able to grow about 22%. So this year also, I think even with the higher base, we plan or we expect growth to be at least 15% on the AUM on the gold loan this year also. That's because we see good demand coming from the market, whether it is the city or the rural market, because people want to restart their business and they want a very quick and easy finance. And as usual, gold loan is the solution for that. Of course, gold loan is not a 1 year, 2 year loan. It is a 3 month, 5 month loan. That's why the average tenure is only 4 to 5 months. So people who need money as a bridge finance till they get their payments from somewhere or till they are able to get a long-term loan from some bank, etc., they use the gold loan route. And that has been our forte all these decades. And people still consider Muthoot as one of the more reasonable of NBFCs in the gold loan sector. That is why you see people coming to Muthoot or compared to any other institution giving gold loans.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk about gold loans then. Are you seeing increased inquiries? Are you seeing an uptick in disbursements? What are some of the trends? And how prepared are you to meet the demand for gold loans going forward?
Yeah, all the branches were closed from actually the last week of March. And last week of March and the month of April, we were all locked down. But from May 1st onwards, things started opening up and the branches started opening in stages, in cities and states, etc. And now, in the last 4 weeks, all our branches are open, all our staff are present, so things are back to normal. Initially, in the first month of opening, that is in April, end of April and May, we saw more people coming to close their gold loans, take back their ornaments. But in June, 1st of June or maybe last week of May onwards, we see more people coming for loans rather than people coming for closing their loans. So that is the uptick we see. And I'm sure going forward in the next quarters, we should see much more growth coming in the gold loans. About the interest collections also, where we had almost very little collection in April, other than people who were able to use the online platform for payment of interest or part payment of their loans. The others, all the pent-up interest demand or interest to be collected, we are seeing a good collection in May and June. And of course, by July end, we should see that the interest collections are back to normal, or whatever we were not able to, or whatever people were not able to pay in April, we will be able to collect it by May, June, and by end of July, we should see all our interest dues being paid by July. So even in June, although people have not paid their loans, but we are always, as you call, in the money because the gold price is good. So the interest plus principal is much lesser than the resale value of the ornament. So we don't see any risk in people delaying their payments also. So I think we are back to normal, and we see good uptick in both the rural as well as the city markets, which are starting to grow. Businesses are starting to, small traders, etc., are starting their business. And I am sure we have been a help to them all through, even before COVID time, and during this COVID time also, we'll be able to support them for their immediate financial requirement.
Wanted to also understand, what is it that you're witnessing in terms of an incremental demand, and how much of it is actually coming from the MSME segment in particular?
See, MSME is, I don't know what the exact definition of an MSME. For us, mainly it is the traders and also the small shops, small industries also are there. But majority are traders, and small MSME is also forms a part of the people who come to take a loan. Individuals also come to take a loan. It is the small traders who are the large number of people who take loans from Muthoot Finance for the gold loans. So that is where we see MSME people coming, because they all intend to get a long-term loan from the banks, etc. But by the time maybe it takes 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months for the bank loan to materialize. Till that time, MSMEs are coming to us for taking these loans as in terms of bridge finance, a short-term finance, till their bank loans are released or till their major payments are released by their suppliers or their sellers.
Okay, fair point. When it comes to cost of funding, that's particularly eased for gold financiers such as you. How has the borrowing cost come down for you in particular, and is there a case of margin expansion then going forward?
Yeah, see, the ease of getting a loan now is much better. So just about 6 to 8 months back, when we had the NBFC issues with the IL&FS and the DHFL and the Yes Bank, all those things, banks were reluctant to lend to NBFCs, and we were also caught along with the NBFCs. Also, we are a class apart from other NBFCs, but we were also bundled with the NBFCs. So availability was also an issue last 6 months back, and now things are better. Now availability of funding is not an issue at all. Now, to answer your question about the rate of interest or borrowing cost, it has really not really come down. Probably 10-15 basis points is what has really happened. But I think going forward in the months to come, rates should come down. Now, the final, your point was whether our margins. We have a net interest margin which we would like, a spread, which we would like to keep retained. And if going forward, the rate of our borrowing cost comes down, we will certainly pass it on to the customer. Because Muthoot Finance has always been that. That is why I said earlier also that we are perceived by our borrowers or customers as the most reasonable of NBFCs. So if we are able to get funding at lower cost, we will certainly pass on that difference to the customers, keeping our net interest margin intact.
Right, George, can you update us on the moratorium availed for the subsidiaries? Which segment you think is going to likely recover faster, and how has been the collection efficiency in the first 2.5 months of FY21?
Yeah, as far as gold loan company is concerned, there is no question of any moratorium, because the loan is for 12 months. So if a customer wants a moratorium, he can easily get it, because the average tenure is only 5 months. And even if we give a moratorium, people don't come to take back their loan. The question is, moratorium means we don't need to auction the gold. So we don't need to auction the gold, because if I auction any of these 12 months old loans with us, I will have to refund money to the customer, because everything is more than what is due to us. So we don't see any issue there. Now, coming to the subsidiaries, the home finance, yes, we are going a little slow on that. Our disbursement target has also been brought down for the current year. We don't want to go aggressively, but certainly after 3-4 months, when things settle down, we will certainly be gradually growing the home finance book also. So also with the vehicle finance. Vehicle finance is also the same thing. We will go slow in the next 2-3 months, but thereafter, when economy and things pick up, we will certainly be growing our vehicle finance book also. As far as the microfinance is concerned, the Belstar Microfinance, yes, they are seeing good collections in the last month, because they have given almost moratorium to almost all their customers. But there are quite a few customers who are coming forward. That's what I understand from that management, that they are coming forward to pay up and also take new loans. So disbursal also started in a small way in microfinance. So all these subsidiaries, microfinance, I think, should catch up very quickly. But the other two, Muthoot Homefin and the vehicle finance, Muthoot Money, by after around September or so, we see we should see business picking up and people coming to take new loans. As far as the collections are concerned, April was not, we were not able to collect much both in the home finance as well as in the vehicle finance. But May, things started opening up and things are getting better. June is still better, and that is the report I get from them. It's not that all the customers who are eligible for the moratorium have actually used it. Not even 50% of the people who are eligible for the moratorium, both in the home finance as well as the vehicle finance, have not really used this, because it's a little expensive for the customer. Because not expensive, it will be a little burdensome for the customer if he takes the whole moratorium, because after that he will find it very difficult to pay the installments. So quite a few people who are not that much affected because of this moratorium, they are paying it.
Thank you very much for sharing with us the outlook and for giving us a sense of how business is shaping up. That stock definitely has been on a very firm terrain.